Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to another top 5 list video. Now I haven't actually made one of these in a while and I just had this idea spring into my head, and honestly I feel like you guys are gonna kind of appreciate this because I know a lot of you guys out there that watch my videos aren't really too into unusual trading, and maybe you're just into normal trading or just buying hats that look nice, and honestly there's nothing wrong with that at all. Actually, before I started unusual trading, I used to be just like that. I never really saw the point in trading. I just got hats that I liked and that was about it. However, I'm going to be trying to help some of you guys out that can't quite decide on a nice hat. So today I'm going to be discussing my top 5 underrated hats in Team Fortress 2. Just a bit of a sort of disclaimer, I'm only going to be including hats in this list that are actually hats or miscellaneous items that belong on the head of the mercenary. So things such as like the flakjack or the cold snap coat won't be included due to the fact they are miscs, and I'm purely focusing on the head related items in Team Fortress 2. And I mean, who knows, maybe this will apply to some of you unusual traders as well, or just you guys that just enjoy Team Fortress 2 in general. I know a lot of these hats can be obtained in unusual form, so again that might help some of you guys out when deciding to buy an unusual endgame item. So without further ado, let's get straight into number 5. So coming in at the number 5 spot, we have the hat for the sniper known as the Wetworks. The Wetworks is a really basic rain hat and only priced at 1.22 refined. I really like this hat as it looks really simplistic when equipped and honestly is really underrated in my opinion. It's really low price and the fact it combos with most miscs in the game really well, such as the Chronomancer, it does look really good with that, and just generally most items available to be used by the sniper just does look really good with the Wetworks. Its low price and compatibility with a vast amount of miscs definitely earns it this spot on the list. So coming in at number 4 on the list, we have the Hero's Tail for the Scout. This is a white coloured ponytail, however it can be painted into any colour in the game. Personally, I used to use this before I got into unusual trading, and it honestly goes so well with a lot of items. There's a certain loadout you can make that makes your scout look kind of like a ninja warrior, and it's just so cool. There's not a huge amount of hair related cosmetics for the scout, excluding the Frontrunner, Grease Lightning, Pomade Prince, Thirst Blood, and the El Jefe, if you can even call that a hair related misc. And honestly, I mean, for the price of 4.33 refined, I'd definitely say it's the best looking hair related cosmetic out there. The fact it can be painted, which means it can again be very compatible with other miscs and be painted as well, just definitely earns it this spot on the list. It's just such a shame this hat can't become an unusual due to the fact it's a promotional item, but at the end of the day it's still a really awesome hat and definitely actually is one of my favourite scout hats. Coming in at the middle spot on this list, we have the Defiance Spartan for the soldier. I'm not sure if you guys were aware, but I actually had 3 unusual Defiance Spartans all at the same time. I'm not really too sure how they accumulated, but I'm definitely just a massive fan of the hat. One little known fact about this hat is that it combos so well with the Max's severed head, which is of course a cosmetic. Essentially it removes the top of the helmet and you can see the full Max's head along with that feathery top of the helmet, and it just looks amazing with the Max's. Even on its own, however, exclusively, it does also look really good and gives your soldier a really sort of brutal warrior kind of theme, and honestly it's just a really cool hat. Another really cool feature about this hat is that when it's painted, it doesn't actually paint the whole helmet. It only paints the feathery top, which means the helmet still keeps that sort of irony metallic colour and just paints this really sort of flamboyant feather on top of the helmet, and it just does look really awesome and definitely deserves its spot on this list. So coming in at the number 2 and the runner-up spot in this list, we have the all-class hat, the Merc's Mohawk. The Merc's Mohawk is fairly cheap, coming in at just 2.55 refined, and due to the fact it can be worn by all classes, this is a fairly good deal. I've owned various Merc's Mohawks in unusual form and actually made various showcases of them. However, regardless of all this, it's an amazing hat. There are a few classes that it looks a bit weird on, such as the Spy, where it's literally got hair growing out of the Spy's mask, but it still manages to pull it off and look really good. It does look really cool, especially on the soldier in my opinion, because it's just the soldier's shaved sides and this really awesome mohawk. It's definitely a really cool all-class hat and looks really awesome when painted and definitely deserves its spot on this list. It's really a shame that it couldn't be number 1. So I'm sure the hat at the number 1 spot is going to surprise a fair few people. This is the hat belonging to the medic, being the Weathermaster. The Weathermaster is a gold metal hat with the printing of a cloud with thunder coming out of it. In game it's shiny and reflects the light off of it really well and resembles the Australian kind of texture. Honestly, this is my favourite hat in the game because when I was sort of trading not in unusual form, I really wanted to just pick myself up a low craft Weatherman and just keep it. I don't even play medic, it's just to me looks amazing and it's really underrated. It actually comes in at simply 1.33 refined and you can buy them fairly cheap from sellers on backpack.tf classifieds. I don't understand why it isn't more expensive because honestly it's such an awesome hat and the design on it is awesome with the sort of clouds with the thunder and lightning coming out and the shiny golden design that really does stand out from the crowd. It's essentially like a cheap unusual. So that is just about it for this list, guys. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I might actually make a part 2 of 5 more hats that I think are really underrated, so do let me know if you'd like to see that, and that's just about it. Thanks again for watching, guys, and peace.